anyone who may have heard me going, oh no, it's okay. I hit the go live button and something happened behind the scenes. And every single one of these I've done, there's been some sort of technical glitch. So hopefully you didn't hear me swearing, everybody. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us tonight at 8 p.m. for this incredible Meet the Speakers Live. We are here this evening with two of our amazing Digital Circus speakers. We have Lauren and we have Chris. I'm not going to tell you about them too much right now. They're going to do it for themselves in a second. But these sessions have been designed for you guys to get to know who it is speaking on the 18th, what they're going to be talking about, and why they are so incredible. I'm going to start with, because it's easy to my right, I have Lauren on my right. Hi, Lauren. Looking fabulously just amazing for an 8 p.m. on a Wednesday evening. I don't know how you've done that. I feel like I've just been dragged through a bush. Hello, how are you?
I am good. I think you're looking fabulous, by the way.
I am faking it. Thank you. Lauren, who are you?
I am LDV. I think most people know me as LDV. If you say Lauren, they're like, who?
Alan actually did that a few weeks ago. He said, and LD, like, who? Oh no, it's LDV. It's just easier. Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. I think everyone knows me as that now. So we'll stick with that. But yeah, so I am LDV, and I essentially, for me, it's kind of my company name as well, which is a Living Designedly Vision. And I believe so much in this designedly concept. So I'm basically on a mission to get more people living designedly and to get businesses working designedly. Yeah, and obviously designedly, people are like, you made that word up. Does it just come from wherever? It is a word, and essentially it means intentionally, purposely, and deliberately. So it's building a life that is intentional, to be very conscious of what you're doing, what you're consuming, all that sort of stuff.
I absolutely love it. And I've heard the thing with a word like that, even though it sounds like it could be made up, it sticks in your head, right? And it is really thought-provoking. And what you do is so incredible in terms of we always striving for this work-life balance, and how most of us have been in that corporate lifestyle at some point in our lives, and how it can be very consuming, very stressful. And what you delivered with LDV and that kind of getting that balance and really, really do like living designedly, I think it's amazing what you do. So if anyone hasn't yet checked out her website, go and visit that. We'll put all the details at the end of this live as well. But thank you very much today for joining us, Lauren. And then below me, there's this fella, like we kind of know him a little bit. He kind of pops up left, right. Hi, Chris. How are you? And you're wearing yellow for the occasion. This is really like taking me out. You're not wearing blue.
Do you know what?
White.
I think I have nothing yellow in my wardrobe, and I think you inspired me to buy this last week. And I feel like Alan's cheap stand-in tonight. Wearing this.
There's nothing cheap about you, my darling. There's nothing cheap about you. Where's a martini when you need it? Come on.
yes, shut if you're watching.
But Chris, who are you?
Right, okay. Well, first of all, I want a TLA like Lauren, a 3-letter acronym. But I am CRM, Christopher Robert Mooney, and I run a learning development consultancy called CM Learning, and everything that I do and try and help people with is about their mindset and their resilience. So I do that through coaching and facilitation, but essentially, just trying to help people unwrap all that emotional baggage that we all know, as you've just said, and your comment on the corporate life, we all kind of drag it around with us, including to the work stuff that we do as well. And everything that I help people with, I find just day in, day out comes back to mindset. So if it's a fear of failure, mindset. If it's imposter syndrome, it's mindset. If it's confrontation, it's mindset. So that's what I do.
Wonderful. Without dragging it down, because Alan is watching live, because he can't help but be part of this session, even though we've decided we're going to do one each. I am just going to put a little comment from Alan on here, because I thought, never cheap, you're the highbrow version of me.
Thanks. I've never been called that before.
Take it, because well, I have nothing. I have nothing.
Alan has better hair though.
You've got a better face, my love. You've got a better face for sure. Anyway, guys, we digress, because we don't want to talk about Alan. He's not even in the room right now. He has to get his foot in somehow.
Still present.
I know. I'm there. And guys, if you're watching this live, and I know that I can see a few people ticking up, so it's good to see you here. Thank you very much for joining us live. If you have any questions at all, whether it's what we're talking about in terms of directly in this conversation, or you have any questions for our speakers, please do leave them in the comments. We'll chuck up as many as we possibly can in this session. They're here to help you guys, and they're here to answer your questions. So use this space as much as you can. Alan's laughing in the background. I'm going to ignore anything that comes from Alan now. I'm not interested. Guys, why I'm so good to get both of you in the room together, because you are both delivering sessions independently at the Digital Circus live on the 18th of May. If you haven't yet bought your tickets, make sure you do so. We are talking about a lot of practical stuff, and obviously anyone who's been following Yellow Tuxedo and the Digital Circus for a little while now, we're all about practical help and that how to get started. So if you are interested in, for example, podcasting, we've got you covered in terms of podcasting 101, what you need to get started with. If you're interested in having your face more on camera and starting with video or live streaming or branding, anything like that, we have got you covered throughout the Digital Circus live on the day itself. But that being said, a lot of the things that come out time and time again, especially with our members, the Digital Circus, comes down to this. And I think Chris has delivered a few sessions for us in the past anyway when it comes to this. Your mindset can be the biggest barrier to you getting started with online stuff. And digital visibility is such a massive, huge thing, whether it is the fact that you're afraid to be on camera, whether it's the fact that you don't think you're good enough to be doing what you're doing, whether you don't think you have the skill set. There are so many things that with a little bit of education, a little bit of just time and breathing and working, it can just be dissolved. And Chris, what's your take? Because you've delivered a couple of sessions to us, especially when it came to things like camera confidence a few months ago. What do you think is the biggest blocker to people getting started in that online space?
I think it's interesting, isn't it? Because the first thing that came to mind there was we all have this stuff going on, but in my opinion, we don't talk about it nearly as much as we should do. And I encompass mental health in that as well. And I think it can be really challenging for us. And as you know, many of the people in our little circles are entrepreneurs. And, you know, many of us are sat here on our own day in, day out, feeling like we're in it on our own, and it's not true. And I think the key difference is whether we choose to do something and take some positive action for ourselves, because we spend so much time putting and investing money as well in our professional education and the skills that we need to have to be brilliant or supposedly brilliant, yet we just neglect this whole mindset thing over here, which has the power to make or break us sometimes. So I think that's where it's kind of what it comes down to for me.
We ran a sideshow session in our membership yesterday, and the first one of the month is always about accountability. We have a chat around where we're at, what we're doing, what our projects are for the month, and we do a little bit of goal setting. And actually yesterday was a prime example of how actually a lot of us as solopreneurs in our little businesses are struggling at the moment, especially as we start to transition back into this kind of hybrid kind of mixy space of not quite sure what we're doing right now. Are we locked down? Are we not locked down? Where do I go next? What do I want to do to grow and develop and that kind of stuff? And the whole room really felt like they were suffering burnout and like I'm being a bit unsure and a little bit and a little bit and the session itself just felt like we were all kind of geeing each other up and trying to find that kind of just trying to balance ourselves in terms of it's okay. I hate the phrase it's okay not to be okay. Like that phrase it's not okay not to, and actually to take that time. And our main goal for this month, when we looked at reflecting and working out what we were going to give ourselves to do this month, I actually said stop. Let's just stop. Let's not put any more goals ahead of us because we're all working on tirelessly right now. Let's just take a breath and let's focus on you guys. And I think Lauren, going back to you in terms of living designedly, what was your main focus there? Because obviously you're working on that work-life balance. How do you feel about things like burnout, especially as a solopreneur?
Yeah, and I think it's so interesting how you said about stopping goals. Like I've literally just been working on the next 3 months, and you kind of always, and again, maybe this is influence from social media and other things that you're seeing these highlights that you're like, I've got to strive for more, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do everything and do everything perfectly and amazingly. And I was like, actually, I'm in a really good place. So I'm just not actually going to take on any more clients for the next 2 months, 3 months, and just really focus on who I've got, you know, as a business owner, the clients that I've got, and really give them the best experience rather than just keep running on this treadmill and almost losing some of that element, because I love the whole experience part for me. And yeah, and I think with things like burnout, and there's so many buzzwords that fly around as well, that actually I think it all comes, for me, the key thing about living designedly, working designedly, is self-awareness.
Yeah.
So actually burnout means something different to everybody, you know. And I mean, I feel burnout at times, but I know what the triggers are. I know what's causing it. I mean, obviously when you have kids and they don't sleep at night, that triggers things.
No.
And that's not helpful, but yeah. On the beers.
It's fine.
But I think it's just knowing yourself and knowing that actually what's good for you as an individual, and then making it work for you, not following kind of what everybody else is doing, because it's not going to work.
Yeah, and I think obviously the Digital Circus Live is geared up to kind of growth online and kind of taking those next steps to have new opportunities, and that's all fabulous. Your 2 sessions are going to be very, very different to those sessions. Chris, do you want to take us through what you're going to be covering on the 18th?
Yes, yeah. Just very quickly, I would add that when you're talking about burnout, I think it's again really completely natural for us to be feeling it. I'm glad I missed that one yesterday, by the way. It sounds like a bag of fun.
You know, it was good. It turned out well. We went full circle. We were fine. We all laughed it off.
The point, if we think about it, in this space of just over a year, it's like at the start, in those first few months, everyone's got that adrenaline of, we can do this, we're going to get through this, it's going to be okay, we've got each other's backs. And then by this point, we're way past the point where it's more than draining, and we're really questioning whether we've got the reserves to go on. So I think that ebb and flow is completely natural as well. But yeah, my session, in a nutshell, I'm going to be helping people to tell their inner critic to do one. So yeah, without kind of spoiling the stealing the thunder from it, going to be delving into this brilliant brain of ours, this 2-pound weirdo to steal from Brené Brown, and I'm really questioning how it tries to help us so much while having the opposite effect so much of the time. And then explore, I think the sessions are half an hour, won't they? So it'd be exploring a little bit of kind of, all right, how do we start to then move towards more of a growth mindset? And then sharing my top 3 tips to help tell your inner critic to shush. Because sometimes we need to listen to it because it keeps us alive, but sometimes we just need to tell it to sit down and shut up, to coin another quote.
And Chris, you've actually been through that yourself. I mean, we're all human, we all go through these things anyway, but what you, in the last 12 months, and we've seen you grow and develop anyway, but you have dabbled more into the video space, and you've been working on your YouTube and all of that other content creation that we always say is amazing. But we've had many conversations over the last few months as well about you feeling, oh my God, is this not working? Am I doing the right thing? And sometimes you just need to kick yourself and go, shut up. This is fine. I am good. We are working on something amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'd get this stuff almost daily happen as well. So I think, like I say, that key difference is what we choose to do to manage it. And I think that's what so many of us are missing, is to take some positive action to do something about it. But yeah, I did it today with some stuff that I was working on. I'm really questioning kind of, am I working on the right stuff? And kind of, and again, that's the challenge when you're in it on your own. Yeah. But I think the final thing I'll say, again, this brilliant brain of ours, it will remember and remind us of all those times we've stuffed up and all those times we've got it wrong. And, well, what about the time when you put that post out on LinkedIn and nobody liked it? And, you know, what about, so we don't remember all the things that have gone brilliantly or just okay, or the real wins that we've had as well, because the brain tries to steer us away from pain. So all this kind of stuff we'll be delving into.
We're going to need an entire day just on this, aren't we, guys? Half an hour is just not enough.
Whistle stop tour.
No.
Thank you so much, Chris. And Lauren, LDV, whatever you want to call you today. And what about you? What are you going to be covering on the day?
So the title is Work Designedly, How You Can Achieve Any Goal. Because I wanted to keep it really, really simple. And I think, like you said, so many people have goals, and growth is important for us as human beings. Mm-hmm. And it's looking at those goals for individuals, and we kind of explore the different goals that we have, but actually how we're approaching those goals and how we can actually achieve pretty much all of them. It's just some of our characteristics get in the way. So looking at characteristics from a human side, you know, if you're a specific type of characteristic, you're more likely to put off these sorts of tasks. Like that's just going to happen subconsciously, but we have to have the self-awareness to recognize it and go, okay, actually I understand that now, and this is how I can overcome that. So yeah, we're going to look at that, and we're going to really pick out some of these key things that you talked about, Emily, around, you know, whether it's getting on video and doing an Insta live, like whatever it might be, like you can do them, anyone can do them. You know, it's just, again, it's that mindset thing. It's how we're telling ourselves those stories and utilizing our characteristics, our strengths, our personality to drive those goals forward.
Yeah, brilliant. That's really amazing. And going back in terms of like, we stop ourselves from doing these things. We have a very good friend called Kerry. She may well be watching at some point because she does watch our content, but she was terrified last year. She's a beauty salon. They moved into London, and she's never, ever done a live ever. And she was critiquing it. And do I do it? Do I take it down? How long do I do it for? And it went on forever. And I was like, Kerry, just press the button. Just press the buttons. You can do it. Terrified. And she'll admit it wasn't her best one ever. 6 weeks later, she's there with a full-on mud pack on her face. She's got a kid around there. She's like, anyway, guys, chat. And it really is, I mean, it was great for her, but it is that act of starting that we kind of have to tell ourselves things aren't going to be horrible at the end of it. It's just part of what we're trying out. If it doesn't work for your particular business, that's okay. We can fail, we can change things, we can move things around. But that act of starting for so many people was such a scary place to be, because they're so fearful of someone not watching your video or someone not resonating with your message so much that they're not your people, right? I'm so excited to listen to both of you on the 18th of May. Thank you so much for being a part of this day. I can't stress enough. We put this crazy thing together a few months ago, and we sat there thinking about it. And it sounds corny, but this whole celebration of digital visibility, business growth and opportunity was something we were really, really keen on, because there's so much amazing stuff going on. There are so many businesses like yourselves, you two included, who are doing incredible things right now, who deserve to be championed as well. And as a collective, I think we have so much knowledge and expertise in that virtual big top from you guys, with your mindset and your clarity there, with sales expertise and video and branding and creative business solutions. There's so much in there. I can't stress enough how much of an amazing day it's really set to be. So if you guys, my little sales pitch, I'm sorry guys, not sorry. If you haven't yet bought your ticket, please don't miss out. Come and join the party. It's going to be an incredible day. Whether you're there to learn from all of our incredible speakers, we've got 16 to play with on the day, 16 amazing people. Laurie just popped on and said hello. In fact, I will put that on whilst I'm talking and doing my little spiel. Whether you're there to meet new people, we have a networking zone where you have the ability to chat to complete strangers, people who may not be in your exact industry right now, an opportunity to grow, collaborate and meet new people. It's incredible. And then we also have our exhibition hall as well, full of amazing businesses who've done amazing things over the last 12 months, and we want to showcase them as well and talk to those guys. So please get involved, join the party but now in these kind of conversations. Now we've got another one lined up for tomorrow. We've got stuff happening on LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook. Come and join the conversation. We want you to be a part of it, and we would love for you to buy a ticket. www.thedigitalcircus.co.uk. It's on the bottom here, guys. It's right there. It's really going to be an amazing day. And tickets, right, are only 35 quid. I hate putting the price, but it's such a really good price for a day's worth of growth, development, and getting involved in all the fun. Guys, thank you. You're amazing as always. We know we love you. We're now going to head over to Instagram. So if you've been watching us live right now and you want to continue the conversation, do follow us over on Instagram. We'll be there in about 2 minutes. Apart from that, have a lovely evening, guys. Go and pour yourselves a large drink, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.